Hey guys, welcome to Eurospeaks presented by Football Match Daily, and we are here with episode 2 for Game Week 2. We're recording on Saturday, we're recording after the first game has taken place. Italy beat Turkey 3-1 in an emphatic encounter, and we will be recording our predictions for the Game Week 2. So you already know Videep, you already know Ayush, you already know me because we have been recording for a while now. But we've got a new entrant here. We had the fan spy last week, and we have another fan spy entrant here. We have Priyanka.
Hey guys, thank you so much for having me on behalf of the fans. I was so glad to be here. And I know we've done an episode on our channel as well, and it was super fun. So, looking forward to a great episode here as well.
Thank you for being here, Priyanka. I mean, it's
So
we
glad.
we, we like getting new people here, but I think for today, let's just start with our predictions. Uh, if you could just get into it. Game week 2 begins with a Group B game between Finland and Russia. Finland, as we all know, are new entrants to the Euros, and we would consider Russia to be favorites in this game. But since international football is so unpredictable, you just don't know what's going to happen. And we haven't seen either of the teams play in the tournament so far, so it gets even harder, I would say. So, Priyanka, what would you say are your predictions for this game?
So, to kick off things, as you said, it's very unpredictable. And looking at these two teams, it's kind of tough to predict. But I'd go for Finland winning this 1-0 over Russia.
Ayush?
I actually think, like I said in the last episode, Finland are just lucky to be here at this point. So I'll be going for the favorites with a 2-1 win. Russia.
Chinmay?
Well, so look, Russia's already been here before, and Russia's also had the 2018 World Cup behind them. Finland are new entrants, and we haven't seen them play, as you rightly said. So I'm taking a punt on it being a dull draw, if I can say a 1-all draw. I don't think there would be a winner coming out of this game.
I'd go for a draw too, to be honest, because I don't really know how Finland would perform, and I really don't consider Russia to play their best since it's not on their home turf anymore. Actually, it is. It's in St. Petersburg. So actually, they might come out with a result. It could be 2-0 Russia, to be honest.
Oh,
Uh,
okay.
Second game was Turkey versus Wales. We've seen Turkey, and many of us were really thinking Turkey could come out of this tournament with a lot more confidence, but they really didn't have a good game. I mean, they had a good first half, but it went downhill from there when they started attacking, and they couldn't hold the fort down. So I'd go for Wales to win this one. Wales in action tonight, obviously. We would get the result later, but Wales 1-0. Ayush?
I'm also going for Wales in the Euro projector. Also, I went with Wales coming second. This is a game Wales should win. I'm going for a 2-1 win for Wales.
Priyanka?
Yeah, so after
Oh,
looking at Turkey's match, I'm also going to go for Wales winning this 2-1. I think Turkey will also want to, get back up and score a goal and try to get there. So a 2-1 win for Wales.
Chinmay?
Well, so we're recording this at the halftime, so it's 0-0 right now as we speak, and it's been all Switzerland so far. So I don't know how Wales will come back in that game, and I don't know if they can recover for that Turkey game. But I trust in Wales. I trust Daniel James. I trust Gareth Bale. I trust these players. These core players, Ramsey, and I'm going for a 2-0 win here for Wales.
actually, I'll change mine after hearing Chinmay's. I think I'll go for a draw only. 2-all.
Uh,
Was I that bad, Ayush?
No, no. You brought a good point on the table that they are not playing really well against Switzerland.
Third game would be Italy versus Switzerland. I think Chinmay brought a valid point that it's been all Switzerland in the first 45 against Wales. And Italy were worth mentioning because they've had a great game against Turkey. I think the game was mostly played in Turkey's half. They were so attacking. Chiellini, Bonucci, all on the half line, maybe even touched the opposition's box numerous times. So I'd go for an easy Italy win, 2-0, I think.
I'd actually think I will also agree with Videep and go for an Italy win. And if Italy win this game against Switzerland, they match their record of 30 unbeaten games. Uh, I'm going for Italy win 2-1. Yeah, 2-1.
Chinmay?
Yeah, look, if Italy win this, as you said, they match the unbeaten run and they qualify. They virtually qualify for the next round. But honestly, for all of our viewers who did watch the match yesterday, they can remember that Italy were looking a little shaky in the first 10-15 minutes. Turkey didn't have the team to harm Italy, but Switzerland do have the team to harm Italy. I will go for Italy win, but I don't think it's going to be a clean sheet because they do have the experienced war horses, but Switzerland have the firepower too. I'm going for a 2-1 win for Italy.
Okay, and I'm taking into consideration, Italy's form that they have been in, and I'm going to go with a 3-0 win for Italy.
So Italy keep a clean sheet for the second consecutive game.
With the exact same scoreline.
Yeah,
and they qualify for the next round.
And they qualify.
That's great.
Bold. The fourth game takes us to Group C, Ukraine versus North Macedonia. I think these two are the lesser of the two teams that are predicted to be qualifying from Group C. But you really never know, like I said, like I've been saying. But wouldn't you lean towards Ukraine in a game against North Macedonia, Ayush?
Now we were saying that Finland is a new country in the Euros. Macedonia is a new country overall, and I would be leaning towards Ukraine, but not a very big scoreline, like they'll win by 1 goal or something. So I'll go with a 1-0 win for Ukraine because Macedonia did defeat Germany, and well, Ukraine did that as well. So
Priyanka, sorry.
Yeah, I don't want to see Macedonia being entirely thrashed in this tournament, so I'm hoping that they score a goal. But I think Ukraine will beat them to that, and I predict a 2-1 win for Ukraine.
Chinmay, your golden thoughts.
Yeah, well, look, Macedonia is a new country coming onto the scene, as my friend Ayush here mentioned. Ukraine, look, I've seen Ukraine for the last 8 years in Euros, and look, I'll go for a Ukraine win. To be honest, I am a football fan, but I couldn't care less about this match. This match does not really harm Netherlands or Austria. If Austria or Netherlands do slip up in their first games, then this has an added significance. So I'll go for a 1-0 to Ukraine. I don't see a thrashing for Macedonia, but I don't see them winning the game. But of course, it could change because we haven't seen them play so far.
To be honest, I take all of your points into consideration while giving my prediction. Like Ayush said, North Macedonia are a new team. Like Priyanka said, that you really don't want to see the new team getting thrashed. So I'd go for a safe draw, 1-1 probably, because not really fond of Ukraine, don't really have any feelings for Macedonia. So yeah, that's it. We've got Denmark and Belgium. I think this is a game for Chinmay to watch because he predicted Denmark to finish over Belgium.
This
So
is my game.
what are your thoughts, man?
Look, Belgium. I'm a little shocked here because I predicted Denmark win in the group, and look, I'll stick by my words because I'm a man. So I'll stick by my words. I'll say that Denmark will top the group. I'm looking for a draw here. I think I'll edge it out to a draw, a 1-1 or 2-2 draw, high scoring draw. Maybe Denmark edge it out because I feel Belgium will drop points either here or the third game. I don't see them dropping points in the first game. So I'll go for a Denmark win 2-1, 3-2, something of that sort, or a 2-all. I'm looking for a high scoring tie here.
Priyanka.
Looking at this game, it's like I don't really know what to think because obviously there's been a lot of talk about Denmark being like kind of the dark horses and stuff like that. Then you also have Belgium who have, certain players who can perform. So I think I'm gonna go with a 2-1, but a victory for Belgium.
Ayush.
yeah, I'm going to side with Priyanka here and go for the world number one, Belgium, to win it 2-1.
Don't call them world number one. Chinmay hates it when you call them
Oh,
world
yeah.
number one.
Sorry,
Might
Shin.
disagree.
No.
That is why it's specially mentioned that the world number one get the victory here. Belgium 2-3-1, I think 3-1. Next game we've got the Netherlands versus Austria. I think the two teams were expected to finish top two in their group. Maybe another game Chinmay wouldn't really want to watch. But
No,
I'd
I want to watch this game because this game is going to be huge because Netherlands are, if I'm allowed to say it quite in expletive terms, they're shit right now. They're shit. Their manager's shit. I don't know what he's talking to them about, and they are not doing the way the Netherlands are known to be doing stuff. So it's going to be a very interesting match to watch. I am going to be up for that match at Wilrudi because I do want to see if Netherlands can come back to their old senses or whether they just carry on into this deep well that they're going into. Look, as a historic fan, I would go for Netherlands win. I don't think David Alaba can really score 5 or 6. I don't know, but I think the Netherlands will win 2-1. I think it's going to be a Memphis Depay show. That's what I feel.
I think every Netherlands game is expected to be a Memphis Depay show. He's got a great, I think, friendlies. I think he's performed really well in those two games. So I mean, I would side towards Netherlands. 2-0 probably. Ayush.
I don't really expect a high-scoring game. This one, I think Netherlands will just edge out with a 1-0 win maybe.
Priyanka.
Yeah, the way that Chinmay just started talking about Netherlands in the beginning, it sounded like he just did not think they were going to win, but then he just suddenly says that he predicts that they will win. So that was surprising.
Historic fan.
That's
Historic
Chinmay.
fan.
Yeah, Chinmay, that's Chinmay for y'all. But I think I'm also going to go with a 2-0 win for Netherlands.
I think coming from a supporter who's singing "It's coming home all day" and then goes to predict that England are to be knocked out in the quarters, maybe I think unofficially he also said that they're not taking past the group stage. But let's not talk about that. He's a self-contradictory person, and I'll leave it at that.
You're making me out to be a very wrong fan here. Okay, everybody whoever watches this video, to all of you people, I am an England supporter. It is coming home. I will believe that till July 11th, and it will come home. If it doesn't come home, we go again. We go again. We go again. Do not believe whatever people tell you. I am an England supporter. I love England, and it is coming home, guys.
So
I
Vidip,
think
how
the
many
last
seconds am I supposed to
shows
cut?
that you've done this week would beg to differ because you've been giving,
Yeah.
as Vidip said, all contradictory predictions. So the fans, y'all can also like check out the past few episodes that the two
And
channels have done.
to be honest, I had something to say about Chinmay's so-called man of word statement because he predicted I think the first game he predicted Italy to win here, but on Fanspire's
Come
live
on,
he
man.
predicted
Come on.
Turkey
Come
to
on.
win. So
Come on. Come on.
you're not really allowed to play the man of my word card here. But moving on, we've got Sweden versus Slovakia. We're missing Zlatan. So that would really deeply hurt Sweden, but Slovakia, no one really expects Slovakia to get the result. I'd side with Sweden, maybe 2-0. Priyanka?
Yeah, I think I too was thinking about a 2-0 win for Sweden.
Chinmay?
2-0. I agree with you, Vidip. I'm going to be agreeing with you, the whole week till you stop bantering me. So, of course, 2-0 win for Sweden.
I don't think that Sweden will keep a clean sheet. So I'll go for a Sweden win, but 2-1.
You just have to be the salty one around us, don't you? But we go to Croatia versus Czech Republic. I think one of the games Chinmay would be more interested in because it's a Group D game, and he's really. I mean, he would hope Croatia slip against the Czech because seeing maybe they're England's number one competitors in the group, many would suggest. But I'd go for a 1-1 draw. Ayush?
Bold. I'm gonna go for a Croatia win, a clean sheet win, in fact, 2-0 for Croatia.
Okay,
Priyanka, let's go.
Yeah, so this prediction may be a little bold, but I'm going for a 3-1 win for Croatia.
It's really not that bold.
I can actually see that happening here.
Yeah, you really can't say with Croatia.
I hope that
With
I'm
Czech,
spot
it's,
on and it does happen.
Yeah.
In that case.
Chinmay.
Chennai.
Okay, let's look at Czech Republic, because my three friends here have clearly been speaking about Croatia. They've got Thomas Hucek, they've got Sufal, they've got Patrick Schick. They've got some players. Okay, they've got some players who can spoil Croatia's party. And look, leave the fact that my team is in the same group. I feel Czech Republic is one of those teams who can pull out an upset, not just against Croatia, but against Scotland and England too. They've got some players who can hurt opponents. So that is something you do have to see. They've got aerial threat too. I'm going for a draw here. I'm going for a draw. The score, I don't know, 0-0, 1-1, I don't know, but I'm looking for both the teams sharing points.
We've got a big one at the Wembley Stadium, iconically. We've got England hosting Scotland. I think game a lot of England fans would be looking forward to. Maybe it being hosted at the Wembley Stadium makes it more iconic. Maybe it makes it something to look forward to
With
more.
fans, finally.
True.
With fans, yeah, that's such a valid point. So just let's cut to the chase. Chinmay, predictions.
We win. We win here. We go out with a bang. We tell the people that it is coming home. Harry Kane steps up. Rashford, I don't know if he starts. If he doesn't, he comes off the bench. Cool. He'll step up. You'll see Grealish. You'll see all of these players. They'll step up. They'll show you that I'm right. They'll show you why I support England. And they will win. 3-0. 3-0 England. 3-0.
Wow. Priyanka, anything contradictory, hopefully?
Yeah, I mean, I just don't want England to win because I don't want to hear what their fans will say after that. Like,
That's-
you can already see a
Chinmay.
great example of Chinmay going on, just singing, it's coming home every 2 seconds. I just don't want to deal with that. So I'm obviously rooting for Scotland to win here. And Chinmay is very confident that they're going to show up, but I'm going to be confident that they're going to bottle it, and Southgate is going to come out with something that does not make sense and that doesn't work also on the field. And Scotland take it and win 2-1. And I'm hoping for some of their fullbacks to put in a cross, hopefully, and get a goal from there. So
Well.
I really love this prediction. I love
you
this
had
prediction.
to.
I love it.
You had to see fullback, right? I
Yeah, I love the fullback
You had to
statement
say
too.
fullback because
Love
Andy
the fullback
Robertson.
statement.
Andy Robertson doesn't play at strike. He
Yeah,
plays at
he's
fullback.
gonna play centre back mostly. But
For people who
Yeah.
don't know, Priyanka and Vidhi both are Robertson and Liverpool fans, so
You
let's
can
just
see why.
keep
You
it
can
out.
see.
Yeah.
You can see why Liverpool suffered this season. They're predicting for a Scotland win only because they don't want to see me happy.
No,
That tells you that
I'd go for
fan.
an England.
I
I'd go for
mean,
an England win.
so
I think
why
England
Scotland would
Okay.
win?
England don't turn up in the first game, but against Scotland, they're I think neighbors, maybe main rivals at the Wembley Stadium. They do turn up. Obviously, they turn up. Not as much as Chinmay is hoping them to. 1-0, 2-0 probably. A Grealish penalty.
Yeah.
Kane takes it. Steps up as Chinmay said. Steps up.
Stop talking about penalties. We will not talk about penalties. Whole season I've been hearing penalties. You look. I'm going to talk about this not here but in every platform for the next 1 month. You do not say the word penalties. It does not matter, okay? It does not matter. A penalty is a goal. You score from 50 yards, you score from 12 yards. It's one goal. So please stop saying the word penalty. Say Grealish will earn a foul and Kane will score the foul. He'll take advantage. He'll take advantage. He'll take advantage of the foul.
I would love to see Chinmay shot after Scotland winning, but as a neutral fan, I'm also hoping for England to really get the trophy this year. So I'll go for a 3-1 win for England.
What kind of a neutral fan are you to hope England get a trophy?
Because he's a real neutral fan. He understands the potential of England. He understands the potential of Mason Mount, Foden, Grealish, which all of you are overlooking, which everyone in the Fanspire channel overlooked. Everyone overlooked in our Game Week 1 prediction. That is what all of you are doing. You're taking me as a madman. I'm going to tell you on July 11th, you will see Gareth Southgate. He might not win the trophy, but he'll prove a lot of people wrong. And then you will start crying because you know that you were wrong.
Our
Doubting-
series name is officially changed to Chinmay Rants. And so moving on to the
Wait for England to lose, honestly.
Now, actually, okay, let's go to the next.
moving on to the next game on this episode of Chinmay Rants. We've got the underdogs from the group of death not hosting technically, but playing France, the world champions. adds to some gravitas, sure. But I think I went live yesterday and said that Hungary really have the key to the success in the group. So I wouldn't hope for a upset as such. I'd go for a France win, but I would love to see Hungary pull off something. 1-0 France. Priyanka?
Yeah, so obviously, if you look at it, France versus Hungary, I think it's pretty obvious that France, have the team and to perform also. Uh, I am predicting a France win, but I'm predicting a 3-1. I hope to see Hungary score. I hope to see Hungary for a goal at least. And yeah, I just want them to I just want to see France a bit upset once they concede that goal because looking at the looking at the match.
Yeah.
Yeah. So France 3-1.
Also, if Hungary score, maybe that really silences a few N'Golo Kante for Ballon d'Or shouts. We're really hoping that stops, to be honest. Getting to me. Ayush.
So I did really make a very bold and controversial statement that Hungary is going to pull off something in the Fanspire live and in the Football Match Daily video. But it's France, they're World Cup winners. I'm going for a big win, a 3-0 win for France.
Chinmay.
France will want to secure qualification as soon as possible because their last game is against Portugal, if I'm not wrong, and they would want to win this game as soon as possible in probably 50 to 68 minutes, so they can start subbing off players and take rest for the next 8 or 9 days till they play the round of 16 fixture. I don't think they'll want to play a lot of superstars against Portugal if they do qualify. So I look at this game as basically a let's say a semi-final for France because they just need to win this to get through to the next round. So I'm not look. I love underdogs. I love Hungary. Cool, very good. But logically, I don't see France bottling in. 3-0. I'll go for 3-0 because they've got a great defense. 3-0.
Okay.
Moving on, we've got. I think every week there's going to be a big game coming from the group of death. Quite practically, yes. So this week's would be Portugal versus Germany. I'm sorry, Portugal versus Germany, and it's going to be at Munich. It's going to be at Germany's home. What's going to happen? Ayush.
See, I was shut the whole episode. I agreed with you all and everything, but now I have to make something out of this episode, and I'm gonna go for a Germany win, 2-1.
I think on the Fanspire Live, you went on to say Germany finished fourth in this group.
Yeah, but they win 2-1 this game. It's because in the Football Match Daily video I said Germany comes second. So yeah.
Priyanka.
Yeah, I mean, I was trying to pick who do I think will win, but I think my prediction is going to be a 2-2 draw. I want to see goals from both sides. Obviously, we've discussed on the shows before, so that both teams have their pros and cons. But I want to see like a goal fest, and I think it'll be a 2-2 draw.
I think, like Chinmay mentioned, for France it being a semi-final game, it's quite literally a semi-final game for Portugal too. And
No, it's not. It's not, buddy. It's not. It's if Portugal get on their A game, I don't care if Toni Kroos is in the midfield or I don't care if Kai Havertz is there in the midfield or Timo Werner's there. I don't care because if Portugal get on their A game, it is Portugal go time. It's Portugal saying bye bye Germany, we're off and you're off too. You're off to the other end though. Listen. I'm telling you, Portugal and Germany, 2014 World Cup. I remember staying up and watching Germany thrash Portugal after Pepe's red card. I'm not aiming for a red card here, but I'm telling you, Portugal will want to take revenge. We all know Ronaldo, right? He loves the word revenge. He loves the word revenge. He will take revenge. Bruno Fernandes, Jota, you'll see all of them turning up against Germany. And
I'd go for a 1-1 draw just so that Chinmay had a very heartfelt speech over there about why Ronaldo loves the word revenge. I think at this point it's just Chinmay versus the three of us, and I'd personally love to go against Chinmay, and it's fun. But even really, see, even you look at the 16 Euros, Portugal didn't turn up for the group games. I wouldn't expect the same thing to happen, but
that was different.
I agree, it was different.
They didn't have Ruben Neves. They didn't have Bruno Fernandes. They didn't have Diego Jota. They have those players.
I'm telling you, that's true. All of that is true. But I mean, I see them as the world. I mean, the Euro winners, but maybe this is the one game they switch off for, and maybe
They don't switch off against France. I mean that would be that would be quite a calamity if they turn their switch off right now at this game. Then God save Fernando Santos. He will get a bashing
yes,
when he goes back home.
that is quite true. But I just feel that Portugal draw this game, 1-1, maybe 2-1.
I actually think that it's not going to be Portugal who's to play back. Germany is going to turn up in this game and maybe do surprises. But okay.
And last game of the game week 2, I believe, it's Spain versus Poland. Spain, as we all know, the whole controversy of not picking any Real Madrid players, leaving 2 blank spots in the squad selection. But then Poland isn't any different, is it? Is there? I mean, they literally have just one man, and he's the one man who keeps on scoring, a real Ballon d'Or contender, unlike a certain N'Golo Conte.
Oh, shut up now.
Come on, you really can't
I am
entertain
not.
those.
Yeah, I agree that Kante is not a Ballon d'Or winner, but Kante also agreed with it. So just shut up and stop it now. Let's continue.
Okay, but it's really 1 versus 11, and I really don't rate Poland. I mean Spain to perform this Euros. I'd go for a Poland win, 2-1.
Oh, okay. I'll go with the exact opposite after the N'Golo Kante comments and go for 2-1 win for Spain.
Chinmay,
Spain. Spain.
Yeah,
La
we need
Roja.
the scoreline also.
La Roja, right? COVID has hit them hard, and I feel sorry for Busquets because this might be his last tournament. So my respect goes out to Busquets. Yeah, I feel you as a football fan, and I hope they have a fit amount of players, their players that they can choose from. The COVID crisis, of course, harming a lot of teams and has also delayed this tournament by a year. So just take care of the Spanish team. This will be the second game week. I hope they, as I said, I hope they do get their first choice players back. I hope if you look at first choice players, against each other, I think Spain do edge it out. Spain will win it 2-1. But again, I cannot stress enough on the fact that COVID is harming all of us, and I just hope that Spain don't lose this match or draw this match because of the unavailability of some players. That's all I hope for.
I think as neutral supporters, all of us hope for
All
that.
of us hope for that, and yeah, that's
But either way, I go for a Poland. Priyanka.
Yeah. So I obviously, as you all said, hope the Spain team is doing fine in these times. But I'm not really sure what the squad will be, right, when that match takes place. And as you said, Lewandowski, the guy for Poland. So I'm predicting that he's gonna score two for Poland and also give them a 2-0 victory over Spain.
wow.
Those were our last predictions for the day. If you've got anything, maybe not related to the predictions you all want to talk about, Chinmay, we're open for a rant show if you're ready.
And
If you're
Chinmay,
willing
No,
to.
listen. Look. I want to be serious here. Okay, I want to be serious here, and I want you to put this out in every single piece you have, and I will do the same. It is time that you start taking my team a little seriously. Okay, I'm not. I'm not kidding. Listen to me. Listen to me. I understand you might say I'm deluded. Okay, I understand that. I understand you might say that, this guy doesn't understand football. Well, sir and ma'am, whoever's watching this video, I understand football, number one. Number two, I've been watching it for a long time. And if you do love a team, if you do love a nation, you can't stop supporting it and you can't stop hoping that it will get better and things will get better at some point of time. Every Euro, every World Cup, every Nations League, every match I've stayed up. I've hoped that England today they show me Gasconi, they show me Lineker, they show me those times again. Yeah, I want Grealish, Food, and Mount. I want them to step up. I hope it happens. That's
yeah,
nothing else.
I am with you here. I want England to win, but I also want that your face after they lose at the same time.
It's okay.
Like, I
It's
really
okay.
want
Look,
both.
listen. I did a lot of this in 2018. I faced a lot of flack after 2018. I was taunted and bantered so much after 2018, but it's okay. If you are a fan of the English national team, you take it in your stride and you get ready for 2022 World Cup. So I'll
I
take
will
it
sign
how
you
it
in
goes.
2018.
I think that goes on for any team you support in general.
Exactly. So
But
I don't know why I get the most banter here and
you get the
everywhere.
most
It's
banter here
okay.
because
It's
you
okay.
you you have become the new controversial person after Ayush,
Yeah,
and that
now
says
I'm not
something.
leaving it. If you want,
That
It's
says
called passion.
something.
Look, I love look. United is my first love, but England is always as the Sony 10 network always keeps on saying, "Meri दूसरी country." Yeah, exactly. This is what I'm talking about. I love this country. I love the players, and I hope it happens this Euro. If not, we go again next year. Let's go England.
Chinmay, I really have a question for you. What is your problem with Germany and Belgium? Like, do you hit the flags?
No, come on. Look, I said this yesterday. I said this. I've said this again and again. I love football over any team. Okay, that's number one. Football is a sport I love. I look. The German national team is amazing. The players are amazing. It's like I see all of this banter for Southgate. Why doesn't anyone ever look at Germany? I'm telling you, the
Everyone
players they
looks at
have.
Germany. Everyone's
Everyone looks
against
at
You
Joachim
don't
Low.
Germany,
Come
mention them
on,
enough
man.
though. You don't listen to me. Okay, listen, you've asked me the question that I'm trying to tell you. You don't mention them enough, and it's not just you. It's everybody in general. Nobody mentions them. The kind of players they have. They've got Champions League winners. Yeah, they've got Champions League. They've got people who they've still got players who won the 2014 World Cup. They can do it. Okay, I'm telling you, they can surprise all of us. They can top that group. But are they going to do it with the kind of manager they have? No,
See, to
doesn't
be
happen.
fair, I just banter you because you're very reactionary. And
And
that's the
and you look
only
Yeah.
at
reason.
Belgium, and you look at Belgium. Belgium has their moments. They knock out top teams out of the tournaments. They've done that in 2014, did it in 2016, did it in 2018, and they will probably do it again this season. I probably see them knocking a big team out in round of 16, and again in the quarters they might or they might go out. And semis again, the Belgium right will end because it ends always, and that is my problem. If a team is so amazing, you have to win something. We as football fans, we all talk about winning. You can say football, oh, I love football and I love the players. Well, you have to win at the end of the day. You are nothing if you're not a winner. Okay, that's the truth in football. You can be a fan, you can be a pundit, you can be a manager. If you don't have a trophy, well, cool. So you played 100 caps, but sorry, no trophies. Cool. So you can't do that.
You
I
know,
love Belgium. I love the Belgian players. But I just look if they win this Euros, I'll be the happiest guy because I would see some of my favorite players winning it. Okay, I'm telling you. But till now they haven't shown me that. So I just don't expect from them anymore.
yeah, but you were talking about trophies, but then you speak against Germany as well at the same time. Well, Low has a
I
World Cup.
exactly. How many years ago was that? What has he done since then? What has he done since then? You have to update. Why does everybody talk against Jose Mourinho? Because he was the king. He was the king of football, and then he got outdated. Well, hello, I'm talking to you. He is Mr. Jose Mourinho of international football, and that is the truth. And you'll agree with me if you do watch football.
Yeah, I agree with you there.
I,
Definitely.
he's given us
That
quite
tells
some
you.
food for thought, actually. I mean, I do agree with you. Never thought of it from that point of view. But at this note,
He
Priyanka,
would
would
have
you like to
if he would
wrap?
have if he would have changed with time, if he would have changed properly, got the right players in, if he would have kept his ego aside by taking out Muller and everybody out, well then I would still be a fan of them. I would not the best fan, but I would still be like, yes, I am scared of Germany. Look, if I see England drawing Germany in the quarterfinals, I'm telling you right now, and I will tell you again if I come live, I'm going to be the I'm just scared. I'm gonna be scared. Okay, I'm telling you because it's Germany. But telling you that manager, he's outdated. He's just not doing it for them anymore. It's like that ex-girlfriend who just keeps on carrying on in that relationship. You need to let go, and Germany needed to let go 2 years ago after the 18 World Cup. They didn't do that. They didn't do that. Okay, they didn't do that. That's the problem.
Very good
Wow,
analogy.
very good. Yeah, I appreciate it. But I think if you allow me to let Priyanka wrap it up this time, third time I'm attempting to do it, maybe she could go ahead.
Yeah, I'm not ardently supporting any team like Chinmay supporting England, so I'm not going to be able to match his energy after that. But I'm obviously hoping for brilliant games of football, and as a neutral fan, I just want to see really good football. I want to see the players reaching their full potential as to what the fans expect of them. They've been hyped up so much. The media gives them a lot of pressure as well. So that's as a neutral fan, that's what I'm hoping for. And also, of course, I think I've mentioned it before, but I love a good underdog coming out from nowhere and just like surprising everyone. So that's what I'm hoping to see. There are quite a few teams who we are not expecting to show up, and I hope they do, because I think that's the beauty of football. You know, they come from nowhere, they stun us all, and that leaves an impression for quite a while. And you know, we'll still be talking about that years later. Like, you know, you remember the Euros 2020, this team came out and stunned everyone. So that's what I'm hoping for in this tournament. And yeah, just hoping for a great tournament, you know.
That was Priyanka from the Fanspire. We'll link them down in the description. They've got some great content too on YouTube. Ayush, Chinmay, and I were live last night on their channel. Do check that out. And from the rest of us, we've been Football Match Daily. Thank you for watching.